Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap. Welcome to the trap.
Let's go. Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Zen.
Trap.
Protect.
Yo, peace.
Protect your energy.
All right, cool. Let's do a emotional wheel game.
I'm down.
All right, so pick one of the six.
All right. So on the emotional wheel, got happy, surprise, fear, anger, disgust, sad. Let's go with fear.
Fear. All right, cool. Tell me about a time. This is some good stuff. Tell me about a time you felt alienated.
Alienated. A time that any time in my life when I have felt alienated. I can think of multiple times from when I was younger. I think if I'm thinking the first one that comes to my mind is I went to a summer camp. So
Okay.
I am probably about 15. So I'm in high school, sophomore year, going into junior year. They have this summer camp that you go to. It's called Summer Ventures.
Summer what?
Ventures.
Ventures, okay.
It's for intellectuals. It's to try and get some kids. I think it's for a little bit of diversity as well, but not a lot. But
Okay.
they try to stem it that way.
Okay.
And it's for kids that have potential to have like high GPAs or grades
Okay.
to go.
Smart people camp.
Smart people camp.
Got it.
And the whole premise is for you to get the full college experience early, so that you know what to expect coming into it. That from what I remember, that's what it was.
Okay.
I didn't even remember a lot. You had to kind of apply to get in. Of course, you have to pay too after you applied. Only 2 of us got in from my school because they pick a certain amount based on how many people go to your high school. So it was me and Butter, somebody we went to school with. And let's say it's 100 kids there. It might have been 200. Let's say it's 100. It might have been 200. Out of 100 kids there for the summer, there are 6 black people, I think.
Yikes.
Maybe 8 max, but 6. And I think I
Okay.
can remember. Me, Butter. There was 2 twin girls. I still know them to this day.
Okay.
It was another girl named Carla, and it was a black dude named EJ. And I think it was just us 6 that
Okay.
were because Cameron. It was Cameron from Bertie.
Okay.
So that's 7.
I met somebody that went to school in Berkeley County.
Like recently?
Yeah.
Okay. Cameron. And maybe it was one other black dude, but I'm pretty sure. So let's say at max 8.
Okay.
8, and then the rest, you could say there was another 10 to 15. It might even be 20 that are like Asian. And when I say Asian, I don't mean just like Chinese, Japanese, that Asian, Indian,
Filipino,
all
that.
Asian. So it's like another 20 of them, then the rest is white people. All white people. And
Well,
we are on
for sure.
HBCU campus, North Carolina Central. We stay in
Yeah.
there. We taking classes.
Yeah.
At the end of it, now we have to stay for like at least a week. I almost want to say it was 2 weeks. I'm pretty sure it was 2
A whole
weeks.
Ooh.
Matter of fact, it might have been a month.
No, now you wildin'. A
But-
month?
But minimum, matter of fact, minimum 2 weeks. We stayed
Okay.
in dormitories.
Yeah.
We had to like graduate out of it. When you come out, because this is how long I know we had to stay. When you come out, you have to show a project. Like you're staying there long enough to do a project.
So it had to
You
take
get-
a little time.
You get a campus card. Either way. I'm sorry, I'm getting carried away about the actual story of it. But
Right.
definitely felt like what you kind of see at that age on TV too when you go to a PWI. Except I'm not at a PWI. That's the other weird thing. I'm at an HBCU. So it still has
That
black
is
fields.
strange.
It's black fields and it's just full of white kids. So it felt so weird doing that.
I bet.
Alienated for sure. And it might have been going into senior year, junior going into senior year. Because I remember we went to the rec and played basketball and I bust some of them niggas. ass. They was upset, but still alienated. Just felt like I know what it's like to be around all black kids because that's what my high school is like, and this ain't it.
Yeah,
So
for
just
sure.
talking to some of the other black kids and then getting to know some of the Asian and these are kids all over across just North Carolina, so different high schools and stuff. It was
I
nice.
don't know why
to meet
they
them.
picked Central.
I
And
have
then
no
picked all
idea.
these white kids. That's crazy.
I have no idea, but it was Summer Ventures program,
Right.
and not only felt alienated off of just like race and what they like to do and stuff, when you talk to some of these kids going to these other schools, and some of the black kids too that go to bigger schools, you recognizing quickly like what we don't have at our school that we kind of know, but you getting it confirmed by talking to these kids.
for
All right,
sure.
what about you? What you picking?
I'm picking sad. Let's go with sad.
Sad. All right.
Sad
Sad
with sad.
girly.
Sad. Judge Judy,
I feel like did I do this one already? Tell me if I did this one so I don't do
okay.
it.
I'll try to remember.
Victimized.
I don't think so. Victimize. What does victimize mean?
I don't know.
I definitely need that.
I can definitely give you
Because does victimize mean you were made to be the victim?
I think it's a feeling anyway, right?
Is it?
It's a feeling.
I mean, I think it's a feeling. It's an emotion.
Victimize. Single someone out for cruel or unjust treatment. What does a victimize? To treat someone in an intentionally unfair way, especially because of their race, sex, or beliefs. You're being victimized. We change the word if you want.
I know. That's cool.
Good.
I mean, the first thing that comes to mind when I think about being victimized, and it probably wasn't because of my race, sex, or beliefs, but it was
a hell of a start. It was because of.
It was just because, I think. All right, so you've heard the story before. I was on the way. I was on the way.
TSA.
Yeah, that's it. That was victimized. Is that not victimized to you?
I don't know. You're right. You started off with you don't know if it was because of your sex, race.
Yeah, but you said what the story was, so that's what I'm trying to say. Like, is that a victimized
Tell the story first.
Okay, you already know the story.
You're not talking to just me.
I get it. All right, so I'm in the TSA line. I'm headed out of the country. We behind. We in Atlanta. Pre-check is nuts. Like the pre-check line is crazy. So we end up asking people to get in front of them. Long story short, everybody like, yeah, sure, we're going to miss our flight anyway. If you could get up there and make your flight, go ahead. So we get in front of people, and one of the security ladies, not like TSA security, like one of the little line patrol people, was like, did you ask everybody? And we was like, it don't matter. Like, we asked these people, we get in front of them. And she was like, nah, you got to ask everybody. So we turned around, asked everybody we could get in front of them. They said, yeah. Cool. So there was like two options. She was kind of controlling the line flow. And so as we get up there, everybody's going this way because that line's shorter and it's like empty. And this line has already been full. So she's filtering people this way. So she sent like 3 people that way, get to us, and then be like, you know, did you ask? We was like, yeah. And then she was like, okay, well, y'all got to go to the long line. And then we was like, what? And she sent like the person behind us to that line too. So it was just like she singled us out. She treated us unfairly, really for no reason. Probably because we was winning, honestly.
Yeah.
So that was probably a time I felt victimized.
That's true. That's true. There's no. I think, like you said though, you have it's hard when it's. I think it's the hardest sometimes to accept when it's no reason.
Yeah.
So you don't have a reason to go.
That's why it sticks with me so much, is because I feel like it was just no reason. Like, we didn't do anything to her.
You would have enjoyed a reason.
Oh yeah, she could have. If she wasn't like brown, I would have been like, oh, she racist. Like, I would have had to go there, right?
I don't know how much of a reason would help you. What if the reason ain't like nothing to do with you or something to do with her?
At least I know a reason. At least I feel better about me.
Touche. Welcome back. Had a little break. New month, new topic. Back in the Zen Trap. I'm one of your 2 hosts, Zen P.
Yogi LG.
The mission here at the Zen Trap podcast is to inspire and empower listeners to continuously seek internal peace to maximize their personal potential.
Come on now.
We back with great topics. Trying to finish out the year strong. It's the month of August. Took a little break in July to focus on the topic that we kind of hinted at. Yogi LG, why don't you give them the topic and tell them what we're talking about this month?
All right, the topic for this month is music and vibration.
Music and vibes, man.
Music and vibes.
What does that mean to you when you hear that topic for the month? What type of things do you feel like we can talk about around music and vibes?
Well, I think ultimately, like, I think a little bit about like how music can be healing and can help you get through stuff, whether it's sad, happy. It can kind of keep you present and enjoying your moments. It can be nostalgia. It can evoke so many emotions. So I think music is good in that way. And then I think with vibes, vibrations, all those things, I think about like stuff. I look up like frequencies and things on YouTube that help heal your body and get your mind back to a good place and things of that sort. So I think the mixture of those two and just kind of creating a space where audio is kind of like helping set the tone, if that makes sense.
Oh
Like,
yeah, meditation and stuff.
yeah, like all where audio is kind
audio
of feeding
spatial.
the energy in the room,
Could be
like
rain
whether you want it to be
sounds.
chill
Yeah.
or whether you want it to be whatever. So I think about those kind of
And that's the
things.
thing they do, right? Like it's people's jobs whose job is to literally figure out what sounds should be playing in certain environments to
Yep.
create the vibe that you want. Like if you go to a massage parlor or a spa or something,
Yep.
they have certain types of sounds to help you get into a calming mood. Or if you go to a club or something, you want the energy up a
Yep.
little bit. So that all true things. I think of similar things. I think the only thing I can think to add to that is energy, reading vibes and stuff in a room. When you come
Mhm.
into a room and you can feel the energy sometimes,
Yeah.
especially if it's thick. That's usually the easiest to pick up.
Yeah, for
Or if
sure.
it's real like happy and warm, sometimes you can
Hmm.
pick that up. And if it's just neutral, sometimes you just don't pick it up. You still kind of getting a feel for it. But picking up the vibes in a room, and like you said, to double down on the music, music for me can just affirm or transfer your mood in so many different ways. So if you're feeling sad and you want to feel sad, you can play music to help really reaffirm that, or you can play music to get you kind of out of it.
Yeah, yeah, for
When you
sure.
sad, you don't necessarily want to hear no happy songs, and when you happy, you don't necessarily want to hear no sad songs. So you can use that to your advantage. I feel like
Absolutely. And I'm kind of the opposite sometimes, where if I'm sad, I do want to hear a happy song, or
well, yeah, no. That's what I mean.
yeah,
So you get to choose which
yeah,
one you would
exactly,
like. So in some
exactly.
instance, you may be like, "No, I really want to feel these feels right now." So
I
I
lean
wanna,
into it.
I wanna watch a. Yeah, I'm leaning hard into it. I want to listen to a sad song. I want to watch a sad
Yeah,
movie. I want to just lean all into the sadness. So you like, no, I got to get this up off me. So you go the complete opposite way, or you somewhere in the middle. You can just. The good thing is, you know that if you've done it, then you know you're capable of either getting yourself out of the mood or leaning into it to use it to your advantage. So you get to kind of choose which
yeah,
side of that you want to be on.
absolutely. I agree. So what? How do you feel like you use music in your personal life, or vibrations, or vibes, or
I use it exactly how I explained.
okay?
Like I am a big component of music as an energy lifter or getting to that when we talk about vibe authentication and manifesting the vibe.
Bob
I use
authenticated.
that to help put me in that space. A song or a good beat or anything can help get your heart rate up or for whatever you're about to do. So whether it's sports or you're going into a situation, if I'm about to go on to a date or something and I need to set the mood, I want to be like romantic and suave, play some music like Usher and different types of things
Mm-hmm.
to try and get me into that kind of mode and vibe. Or if again sports, I'm trying to get hyped up playing some crunk
Hype
stuff,
music,
or if
yeah.
I just need to relax, I need to play some old
Mm-hmm.
school cleaning music or
Yeah.
something, just or like you said, nostalgia. Sometimes you want to take yourself back to
2016.
vibes or club vibe, not club vibes, but high school. You
Yeah.
can hear songs and think of certain eras in your life, or it could
Yeah.
mean something to your family. So music is just a really big part for me of picking what mood and vibe I want to have to either get out of it or to lean more into it. What about for you?
I think I use music, I, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm a quiet rider, so when I'm in the car, I typically don't play music. I mean, sometimes I do, but typically I don't. I listen to a lot of music when I have time because I really enjoy like reading lyrics while I listen to music and kind of just. I like to listen to albums at a time, so I like to put an album on and listen to the
You
full
like the
album.
art form of it?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
absolutely. I want to look at who producing that album. Oh, dang, Pharrell's on this track. Okay, I can get that vibe. Oh, this feels like a Timberland track. I get those hi hats and stuff like that. So I really like to dive into music like that. So I enjoy like the art of it. I think I don't know what movie it is that I saw, but like you see movies where guys will like go down to their basement and put on headphones and listen to music. Like I
Yeah,
feel
all
like
the
in my
time.
future, like that'll be my kind of chill spot. Is just like I'm gonna go put on headphones, listen to music in the basement, and just kick it
Yeah, I
for sure.
love to do that as well. So going into the frequencies piece, I know we talked about frequencies before a little bit.
Mhm.
What do you know about frequencies? Have you tried some frequencies?
Yeah,
What?
absolutely. Again, I mostly do it on YouTube. I haven't done a deep enough dive. I think this month to kind of help us get into some other stuff like that. But I know that those certain frequencies out there are healing frequencies that can kind of regulate your body. It's amazing how your ears are. I mean, it's a way. It's a receptor, right? So it is a way to get things into your brain and into your body. And so using your ears to do that, or even kind of how you feel with those vibrations, is crazy.
It is crazy.
It's
Just like you're
crazy.
saying, those
Yeah.
different frequency levels I've seen on YouTube. I haven't, like you, gone into no deep dive or anything, but
Right.
I've seen they have stuff that can be specific as well, like sinus healing frequencies or
Headache.
all body in general, or this is to get you to a good mood. This is to touch whatever chakra. So it's very nice to know that you can use different forms of frequencies to attach with like your mood and stuff.
Also, I use those type of frequencies to help sleep.
Oh yeah. Similar,
Sometimes,
rain
like if
sounds
I'm
and stuff.
struggling with sleep, some of the frequencies will help you kind of like relax and rest your body. Same stuff that's in like yoga studios or like massage parlors, things that just kind of help you calm yourself. So I use those a lot. I think they are extremely effective, in my opinion. I
And
think rain sounds and stuff too is effective. as
And I know
well.
we mentioned it in general. I feel like it all goes together and connects a little bit. Sounds in general, when you talk about mantras, repeating some statement over and over again, those words, that's getting it into your brain, going to your attention and attention. Um, that where like rain sounds as well. So stuff being nostalgic, certain stuff can place you in certain moods just to help you perform better in whatever it is that you're
Right.
doing. Like just getting you prep. Could be prep for bed, could be prep for activity.
I think my we'll say something from my past that kind of I always knew like audio had to have some impact on you. Is my mom was a real stickler about like what channel I left my TV on at night.
Oh
So like
wow.
when she came in my room, like in the morning to wake me up, she would just like if it wasn't on the right channel, she would say something like, "Hey, it need to be on the," because we didn't have cable back in the day, so it was just what's the dang? I know the channel. 69 used to be UPN. So it had
I'm
to be
not from Georgia.
63. 63. Channel 63 was like the Christian channel. So like I don't forgot what it's called. The little three letters or whatever. But it was the
You need to
Christian
go to
channel.
sleep to the Christian channel.
Yes. So when you get ready to go to sleep, turn to the Christian channel, go to sleep.
I feel like it's completely different from me. Like my mama coming in my room and BT Uncut playing or something.
Yeah, so I think that kind of she just was worried about like what sounds are going into your brain at night and
No,
like it's
that
affecting you and things like that. So
that
at
makes
least-
sense because people in marketing and stuff make a living off of sounds and
Yep.
frequencies and stuff like that. You don't even recognize it. I remember the first time where I kind of picked up on how big sound placement thing was when I was in like 6th grade or 7th grade playing Madden or something. And they've now programmed noises into the stadium crowd. And I think it was maybe it was Red Robin, where like while you were playing, me and my brother would randomly be like, Red Robin. Like we would say it out loud and we'd be like, why are we like they don't have it Red Robin being said. They just have the crowd playing like a low like So you would hear that every now and then. And then after a while, you be in the third quarter and you'd be like, Red Robin. You'd be like, what the fuck is going on? And
That's
like,
hilarious.
and I Googled it and like looked it up, or I might have used Yahoo or Ask Jeeves back then.
Yeah.
And it said like, oh yeah, they put in the game this noise inside of the crowd, so they got different noises in the crowd so that you can hear it. So where they going with marketing and stuff too, with noises,
And that was back
stuff?
in the day.
This is back in the day. I am so nervous for people of the future with virtual headphones and stuff. How your dreams are going to go crazy now.
Think so?
What? When you are just think about how your brain is not going to know the difference sometimes. That's why the virtual and haptic feedback stuff works so good already. So when you playing games and stuff, like let's say you're playing a virtual reality game for like 15 hours, you're gonna start having people gonna start having PTSD from video games and like shooting and killing people in war. And
it feel so real.
It's gonna feel so real. The graphics gonna start being real. Your homeboy's gonna be in there too, dying and stuff. And again, it's not gonna be the same emotionally, but
Yeah.
you're gonna start having some weird stuff going on and start doing ad placements and stuff. But it's just crazy how much you can do with the senses and how much technology is catching up to meet those two things in a line.
I understand. It is definitely there for sure.
Again, last thing I guess, or going into just reading rooms and stuff of energy.
Right, yeah.
How would you describe that for you? Like, what is the feeling of the energy in a room do? How do you like to kind of mess with the energy in a room?
I think I'm very selective about the rooms I go into, at least especially like people houses and stuff, just because like I do like a very neutral energy, I would say, or positive energy. And I like negative energies are kind of like, I don't even want to be here. Like I'll just like not sit down. But I think ultimately, like I am very big into reading the room and understanding the people in that room and kind of where energy is. I think ultimately you can cultivate a good environment even if you have like negative energy from people in the room. You can
Hmm.
cultivate a positive environment from your home based off like, again, sometimes noises, sometimes like aesthetics and other things, like other aesthetics. So I think ultimately I think vibes is kind of like something that subconsciously you start kind of like controlling where you expose your own energy to, like where you show up at. I think we've all done that. I keep my friend group close, and I think you say that all the time. Like because you don't experience a lot of other people, you don't really know kind of some of the other energies that's out there. Because I don't even like put myself in those environments. But I think it is extremely important, and it's something you can. It's
That's
although
what
it's
I
not
wanted to kind of
tangible,
hint
it's
in
something you
more.
can
How would you
feel.
describe it? The feelings of it and different types of energies or rooms. How would you describe one? So, for example, what would be the difference in feeling for you per se of a room that feels open, good, happy,
Yeah,
positive energy versus a room that feels
cold or
cold,
yeah,
heavy,
yeah.
negative? What would those two differences be in feeling for you?
If I could probably describe it, it's kind of like, and I don't know if everybody's experienced this,
Yeah.
but you know how when someone dies and you show up at that person's house that's closest to them, whether it's their wife, their child, that moment when you walk into that room where you're like, damn, it's about to be heavy. Like that energy or that moment, it kind of feels the same in the sense of like something is off or man, this doesn't feel right. Right. It makes you suspicious of the room, I think, and kind of like apprehensive as you walk in versus on the other hand, like when you know, like, let's say for example, I, I do this all the time. I know my friends already at the pregame, right? So everybody's already turned up and they ready, and I'm about to walk in. I kind of get like this excited feeling, and when you walk into that energy, you can feel yourself kind of catch it, like, oh, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is the level I'm supposed to be at. Versus when you walk into that repass or whatever, walk into somebody's home that their loved one just died, you catch that energy too of I need to calm down. I need to stay kind of quiet.
Yeah.
I need to stay meek. I don't need to smile too much. So it's kind of the same thing. When you walk into that room, you kind of get a vibe of how do I need to kind of act, and it kind of can morph you if you let it.
Yeah. I think just like you said, some other stuff I would add to it. When I go into a room that I can tell is heavy or thick,
Yeah,
some physical things you can look out for is what you said. It's usually quiet.
it's quiet.
You can hear noises that you never like. If it was a mouse scurrying in the corner, you could hear his foot because
Yeah,
it's just so quiet. So you feel like everybody's kind of on edge. It's like even if the TV's going, I can hear everything that's happening here.
yeah.
And it's strange. You're like nobody's having conversation or
You
anything
got to
or
be.
minimal words. And
Yeah,
people's facial expressions even look semi either uncomfortable or just at best neutral.
and I would even say in those environments, you have a lot of like clicked up people
Yeah,
because
people
you have to be
are
quiet.
spread it out and kind of close together if they do are saying something or if they are spread it out. Either way,
Yeah,
it's just quiet and you don't feel
yeah.
versus a more open, joyous room. They're a little bit more noisy. I feel like
Mhm.
they're noisy. There are people smiling.
Yeah,
There are people moving open, like they're physically open, and
yeah,
so it's a different feeling. Like you said, you kind of get that butterfly feeling. And when you come into it as a neutral party, it's always good to ask the person walking in how the energy feels because they aren't in it. It's one of those where maybe if you're in it, you may not be able to judge it too well if you're sitting in it
right.
too long. So somebody comes in and you, like you said, you can immediately feel like, oh, either do I need to pick my energy up or take my energy down? Because
Yeah.
like if you come in too happy into a room and people kind of look at you like, oh, okay,
Oh, I need to
okay, this
chill.
room's a little
Yeah.
more chill versus if you come into a room and you a little down. Like either way, you can kind
Yeah.
of feel when you come in what that room feels like. And that kind of takes me to the Zen thought of the week with Zen P.
Talk to him, P.
This is a quote that is used many different ways. I found kind of three different wordings on how to say it, but I'm just going to use one of them just to keep it clear. But when you're being a vibe manufacturer, vibe authenticator, don't be a thermometer. by adjusting to your surroundings. Be a thermostat and change your environment.
Yeah.
So just again, be a thermostat, not a thermometer. Set the climate, don't reflect it.
Wow.
So when you come into a room, you always remember. I've been watching a lot of Suits lately. You always have a choice. You always have a choice. You can choose to sit in the room and be amongst the whatever the reading of the thermostat is, and be a thermometer and just read it like, oh, it's really cold in here, so I'm gonna be cold. Or you can choose that, hey, no, I'm a thermostat. I'm gonna be 98, and this room gonna come up to 92
98.
just because I'm in the room.
Come on now.
Just because I'm in the room, we
setting the
gonna
vibes.
get everywhere I'm going. It's gonna be a little heat. I'm a space heater, so
Yeah.
just keep that in mind. And again, it's always your choice. In some instances, you may want to read the room, and you may want to bring it down to about 58, 59. But sometimes you ain't gotta be cold.
Yeah.
Take it up a notch.
For sure.
Heat it up in the summertime, and
For
that's
sure, for sure.
Zen Thought with Zen P.
Let me talk to him, P. All right, cool. All right, that gets us to the kick of the week with Yogi LG.
Kick of the week with Yogi LG.
All right, so these are Nike Waffle Ones, multicolor edition. Got some like suede up top here. This is like a checkered mesh. Really like the burgundy on the back. It complements a lot of different outfits that I have. So really love these. They super comfortable. Just a classic Nike waffle joint. You know what I'm saying? It homage to, I guess, how they started with the waffle iron on the soles. So definitely a little vintage there with Nike. Love those.
All right. And that's your kick of the week.
That's the kick of the week with Yogi LG.
All right, well, that's what we're going to be talking about this month. Music, vibes. If you got questions or if you got comments or suggestions about anything you want to hear, recommendations, please
Sure.
let us know. Reach out. Instagram, YouTube,
and
email.
We plan to
We
learn
got
more
multiple
about
ways.
this subject for sure. So we want to dive into some of those things, how music and audio things can help you and affect you, and how it can help you get to kind of your destination, maybe change your mood, allow you to be more self-aware where you at, all those type of things. So definitely keep up with us this month. Dive into this. If music is your thing and you know some cool things about it, feel free to comment on this video. If you can't do nothing else, make sure you subscribe.
Please.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit
the bell too. Get notifications when we dropping something for sure.
All right, so I've been one of your two hosts, Zen P.
Yogi LG.
This has been another Zen Trap chat. So if you can't do nothing else, make sure you protect your peace
And protect your energy.
It's the Zen Trap.
We out.
We out.